Under the quiet glow of Los Angeles, Ethan Cole stood on the balcony of his apartment, watching the city pulse beneath him. The night air was cold, brushing against the tired lines on his face. He held a mug of coffee in his hand, untouched, lost in memories that refused to fade. He used to believe in forever. He used to believe in Sophia. 3 years ago, he was a simple man with dreams bigger than his world, a mechanic who loved building cars and believed that passion could change his life. Sophia came into that life like sunlight through clouds. She was rich, beautiful, and confident. Her red convertible broke down one afternoon outside his garage, and that's how everything began. From that first meeting, she never left his thoughts. She came back the next day, and the next, until they were inseparable. Dinners turned into long drives, laughter turned into love, and promises turned into plans for the future. She told him she believed in his dream of owning a car company. When he hesitated to take risks, she pushed him forward. Ethan trusted her with everything, his heart, his work, even his savings. When they started the company, she insisted that all the documents be under her name. "It'll help with investors," she'd said with that perfect smile. Ethan didn't doubt her for a second. He believed love meant trust. The business grew fast. Their designs impressed everyone. They became the golden couple, young, successful, unstoppable. But what looked like partnership from the outside was, in truth, something else. Ethan didn't know that while he was working late nights in the garage, Sophia was meeting with investors behind his back, building a future that didn't include him. One rainy evening, he came back early with flowers in hand. He wanted to surprise her. But when he opened the office door, the surprise was his. Sophia wasn't alone. Lucas, their newest investor, stood too close, whispering words Ethan couldn't ignore. "He's sweet," she said, laughing softly. "But he's not smart enough for this world. He's just small." The flowers fell from Ethan's hands. She turned and froze. Guilt flickered in her eyes for a second, then vanished. "You weren't supposed to be here," she said quietly. He couldn't speak. He just left, walking into the rain that swallowed his tears. Days later, he discovered the truth, every account emptied, every paper forged, every asset in her name. The company, the apartment, the cars, all gone. When he tried to fight back, she stood in court and called him an employee. "He worked for me," she said, her voice cold. "That's all." Ethan's world collapsed. He lost his home, his career, and the woman he had loved more. Eyes and asked about his story. For the first time, Ethan opened up. He told her everything, the dream, the love, the loss. Olivia didn't pity him. She listened. "You have proof?" she asked. He nodded. "Blueprints. Emails. Designs. Everything." "Then tell your story," she said. "Not for revenge, for truth." Together, they started to dig. Olivia helped him collect evidence and write about his journey. She filmed his work in the garage, posted videos online, and slowly, people started to listen. Ethan's channel, The Road Back, began as a story of pain but grew into a message of hope. "You don't need a fortune to rebuild," he said in one video. "You just need a reason." The world noticed. Comments poured in. Support came from everywhere. A retired engineer named Jonathan Reed reached out, offering to help him design a new car. "This is your second chance," Jonathan said. "Don't waste it." Months turned into a year. Ethan worked day and night with his small team, Ben, Marcus, and Olivia by his side. They built something no one thought possible, a car called the Phoenix. It was a symbol of rebirth, of rising again. When the car was finally revealed at the Los Angeles Auto Expo, the world fell silent. Reporters gathered, lights flashed, And Ethan stood on stage, the man who had lost everything, now holding the future in his hands. He looked at the crowd and said, "A few years ago, I had nothing. But I learned that pain doesn't end you, it shapes you. This car is more than a machine. It's every failure, every tear, every sleepless night that taught me to never give up." The audience erupted in applause. Cameras flashed. His name trended across the country. Ethan Cole was back. That night, as he stood backstage, Sophia appeared. She looked different, her confidence replaced by sorrow. "Ethan," she whispered, "please. Can we talk?" He turned, silent. "I made mistakes," she said. "Lucas left me. The company's gone. I can't do this without you." He stared at her for a long moment. "You already did," he said finally. "And now, so can I." Tears streamed down her face. "You hate me." He shook his head. "No. I forgave you a long time ago. But forgiveness doesn't mean going back." He walked away, leaving her standing alone in the echo of her choices. Later, he and Olivia took a drive along the coast. The same ocean that once carried his heartbreak now shimmered with peace. Olivia smiled at him. "You know, your story could be a movie." He laughed softly. "Maybe it already is." "Who's the heroine?" she asked playfully. He looked at her, his eyes warm. "You are." Months passed. Cole Motors Reborn grew faster than anyone imagined. Ethan hired young people who had lost everything, people like him. He gave them chances, trained them, believed in them. The company became a symbol of hope, not greed. On the wall of his new workshop hung a plaque that read, "Built not from money, but from heartbreak." One evening, Olivia walked in with two coffees. "Still working?" she asked. "Always," Ethan said with a smile. "Dreams don't rest." She laughed and kissed his cheek. "Neither do you." Outside, a red convertible rolled past the window. Sophia drove it, watching silently from a distance. She whispered to herself, "I had the world, and I let it go." Ethan stood on his balcony later that night. The same city lights blinked below, but this time he wasn't alone. Olivia stood beside him, her hand in his. He looked at the skyline and said, "Sometimes life takes everything from you, not to punish you, but to prepare you. The best version of yourself is born in the fire." Olivia smiled softly. "Ready for the next chapter?" He nodded. "Let's write it together." The city lights shimmered around them, and for the first time in years, Ethan felt truly free.